Hello, and thank you for coming to this presentation about Children's Book Awards. We are going to learn about lots of wonderful awards today, and maybe you guys can pick out a book that piques your interest that you would like to check out next time you come to the library with your teacher. Let's get started. So first we're going to talk about the California Young Reader Medal Program. This program was founded in 1974, and it's the only major award voted on every year by kids, just like you. It's sponsored by 4 statewide literacy organizations. CATE, which is the California Association of Teachers of English. Teachers, if you haven't been to the CATE conference, you guys have to go because that conference is lit. All right, next we have the CLA, which is the California Library Association. Next, we have the CRA, which is the California Reading Association. And last but not least, we have the CSLA, which is the California School Library Association. So what these organizations do is they send a committee of representatives that's in charge of ballots, nomination forms, and nominee lists so students can vote for their favorite authors and illustrators of the last 5 years. So once students pick their favorite books for nomination, teachers and librarians have to submit them by April 1st to the California Young Reader Medal Committee. After this, members of the committee read the suggested books, they discuss all the positive things about them, and then they come up with a well-balanced list of nominees. So books are nominated for the medal in 5 categories: primary, intermediate, middle school, young adult, and picture books for older readers, which is grades 4 and up. So students will read the nominated books from July through March and vote for their favorite. So the authors and illustrators get their California Young Reader Medal Award at special ceremonies held every year by the conferences I mentioned before, and the students themselves present the bronze medals. Let's go on now to the Newbery Medal, which you might have heard of before. You may have heard of that before because this was the very first children's book award in the world, and it is still the best known and most discussed children's book award in the United States. So the Newbery is named after 18th century British bookseller John Newbery, and it is awarded every single year by the ALSC, which is the Association for Library Service to Children, a division of the ALA, the American Library Association. And it is given to the author of the most distinguished contribution to American literature for children, which was published the previous year. So the Newbery Award Selection Committee consists of 15 members. There is 1 chair, which is the person in charge, and 6 members appointed by the ALSC membership at large, 8 members that are elected by the ALSC. Everybody serves 2-year terms and are led by the committee chair. So, according to the ALA, the purpose of the Newbery Medal is as follows: to encourage original creative work in the field of books for children, to emphasize to the public the contributions to the literature for children that deserve similar recognition to poetry, plays, or novels, to give the librarians who have made it their life work to serve children's reading interests an opportunity to encourage good writing in this field. Let's go on now to the Caldecott Medal. Also, I just want to mention that make sure you're looking at the very bottom of the screen during the presentation because you will find all of the medal winners and some of the honors in the Edwin Markham Middle School Library. So let's talk about the Randolph Caldecott Medal. So the Caldecott Medal was named in honor of 19th century English illustrator Randolph Caldecott. It is awarded also annually by the ALSC to the artist who has created the most distinguished picture book of the year, and this medal was named once again in honor of the 19th century illustrator Randolph Caldecott. He was an influential children's illustrator working in England in the 19th century, and his illustrations for children were very unique to their time in both their humor, and his drawings were known to be full of movement, liveliness, and action that complemented the stories that they accompanied. So actually, the first people on the Caldecott Committee were school librarians, and for this reason, the medal inscription on the back actually reads the following: awarded annually by the Children's and School Librarians section of the American Library Association. Now, though, there are other committee members that are also not school librarians. So this committee that decides on the Caldecott winner is made of 15 members of the ALSC. 7 members are elected by the entire ALSC membership, and the 8, including the chairperson, are appointed by the president. Members are chosen based on their experience to ensure a diversity of libraries, also public libraries, in addition to school libraries, both small and large libraries, and geographical areas of much variety. Something interesting about the medal itself: it weighs 3.1 ounces. It has a 2 1/3 inch diameter, and unlike the other medals, it's not worn, but instead it is presented in a cherry wood box for display on a desk or other flat surface. Let's talk about the Coretta Scott King Award. So I am very proud to say that we have almost 100, I actually counted 91, Coretta Scott King Award winning and honor books here at the Markham Library. So the Coretta Scott King Award is an annual award which is presented by the Ethnic and Multicultural Information Exchange Roundtable, and this is part of the ALA, or like I said before, the American Library Association. So this is a very special award. It is named after Coretta Scott King. She is, or was, I should say, the wife of Martin Luther King Jr., and this award recognizes outstanding books for young adults and children by African American authors and illustrators. These titles represent a wide variety of genres of varying interests and reading levels. Winning books receive a medal, and honor books receive a certificate. So the first Coretta Scott King Award was given in 1970, but in 1974, it was expanded to honor illustrators in addition to authors. So in 1978, they started coming out with runners-up, which they later changed to honor books. And then in 1996, there was the John Steptoe Award for New Talent. So the idea for this Coretta Scott King Award came from somebody named Glendon Flint Greer, who was a school librarian in Englewood, New Jersey. And at the ALA meeting in 1969, this librarian realized there was really not a whole lot of recognition for a writer of color. And so they chose this to honor the recently assassinated Martin Luther King Jr. and his wife, Coretta Scott King. It also this award has a lot to do with making the world a more welcoming and inclusive place, and they try to choose books that do just that. So the Coretta Scott King Book Awards jury has 7 members with staggered terms. 3 of them are appointed by the committee chair in odd years, such as 2015, 2017, etc. And the remaining 4 members are elected by the Coretta Scott King Committee membership during its meeting during the ALA annual conference in 2016, 2018, etc. And every juror serves a 2-year term beginning and ending with the annual conference. So, fingers crossed, maybe one day Miss Dev will be able to go to the conference and be elected to this committee. That would be so exciting. All right, let's talk about the Pura Belpré Award. So the Pura Belpré Award was established in 1996 and is presented to a Latino or Latina, let's just say Latinx, author and illustrator whose work celebrates the Latinx cultural experience. So for the last 25 years, since 1996 to be exact, this award has been promoting Latinx children's literature where protagonists can see themselves represented in books. So Pura Belpré was actually a librarian, a Puerto Rican librarian, and part of her legacy was that she was willing to create awareness about Latinx children and open the doors of public libraries by buying books in Spanish containing Latinx protagonists, and would also tell a lot of stories in Spanish. So her example led to the creation of this award to celebrate Latinx and Hispanic authors that reside in the United States. It is co-sponsored by the ALSC and also Reforma, which is a Latinx library organization and an affiliate of the American Library Association. And it has 7 members, this committee. 3 of them are appointed from the ALSC membership, and 3 are from Reforma. Each of them serve 2-year terms and are led by the committee chair, which alternates. Reforma appoints the chair in even years, and the ALSC appoints it in odd years. So one more interesting fact about the Pura Belpre Award is it's now an annual award. It used to be a biennial award from 96 to 2008, and last summer they celebrated 25 years of the Pura Belpre Award. So now let's talk about the Boston Globe Hornbook Award. So the Boston Globe Hornbook Award is a set of American literary awards, and it's given by 2 of the most prestigious periodicals in the United States, which are the Boston Globe newspaper and the Hornbook magazine. So it started in 1967, and these awards are given in the categories of fiction, poetry, nonfiction, and picture book. So along with the Newbery Medal, this award is among one of the most prestigious honors in children's and young adult literature. So from 1967 to 1975, there were only 2 award categories. That was fiction and picture book. Nonfiction was introduced in 1976, and fiction was revised to fiction and poetry in 2001. When the award recognized a poetry book for the first time, it was called Carver, A Life in Poems by Marilyn Nelson. So the winning titles of the Boston Globe Hornbook Award must be published in the United States, but they can be illustrated or written by citizens of any country. These awards are chosen by an independent panel of 3 judges that are appointed by the editor-in-chief of the Horn Book. So Linda Hendry, she's the CEO of Boston Globe, said that the Boston Globe is thrilled to partner with the Horn Book Incorporated to award this prestigious honor and celebrate the authors and illustrators of children's and young adult literature, and they are grateful to each of the award winners and honorees for amplifying and representing diverse perspectives, for encouraging young readers to celebrate their unique identities and common humanity that binds us all together. So the editor-in-chief of the Horn Book Incorporated says that he loves the way that these books show us ways of seeing the world, and that he feels really good honoring books that show the difficulties as well as the richness of the human experience. And with that said, that is a great way to describe all of the books that I have shown you today and all of the awards that I have told you about. I hope you guys can come down to the Markham Library very soon and pick up one of these award-winning or honor books. Thank you, and I will see you soon.